Welcome to my channel, where we cover the key moments of every episode of NXT. If that interests you, leave a like, leave a subscribe, and let's get right into it. Tonight's show opened with the Tag Team Turmoil #1 contendership match, and New Catch Republic almost ran through the whole thing. They started the match and they eliminated Idris Enofe and Malik Blade, and after that, with a bit of a distraction from Apollo Crews, they managed to eliminate Angel and Humberto. Now, I don't know what's this thing with Apollo Crews. If he's coming back down to NXT and starting anew here, that's great for him. He hasn't done anything on the main roster, and his last one on NXT was great, but it was cut very, very short. So I'm happy if this is something that's going to continue on the main roster and give him some spotlight there. That's also good. But either way, let's get back into the match. After this, they defeated Gallows and Anderson. So now New Catch Republic were in the final stage of the match and they went against Chase U, my favorite team in NXT, as you all know. So eventually Chase U ended their streak and they won the match. Tyler Bate tried to do a move to the outside, but Ridge Holland chucked Andre Chase out of the way and saved him. This allowed Andre Chase to get the victory over Tyler Bate and they won. Amazing result. I'm so happy Chase U won. They've been the most entertaining group/team in NXT for a while now, and I really hope they win the Tag Team Championships. But let's be honest, it's most likely not going to happen. Why? Because after the match, Duke Hudson had some papers he wanted to show to Ridge Holland, but the rest of Chase U interfered and celebrated, and we all know it was of the video last week where Ridge Holland cheated to help them win. Now, what's most likely going to happen, Ridge Holland is going to try and help them win the match at Heatwave. Duke Hudson is going to try and stop him. This is going to cost Duke the match, and they're going to lose that championship match. Let's take a look at the North American Championship scenes for a bit. Let's start with the women's. Now, Sol Ruca faced Ariana Grace in a #1 contendership match. The winner will face Kalani Jordan at Heatwave. This is two of my favorite women in NXT right now, so this match was going to be good for me either way. And Sol Ruca won. The winner we all obviously expected. I wouldn't have minded seeing Ariana Grace, but Sol Ruca versus Kalani Jordan is just so enticing and a pay-per-view level match, and I'm really happy we're getting it at Heatwave. It's going to be a match that can steal the whole show, similar to what Obafemi and Wesley is going to be, the two matches I am the most excited for. And when it comes to the men's scene, we had Wesley defeat Joe Coffey to finish off that storyline. Afterwards, Obafemi stands up on the railing where he always stands. He confronts Wesley, holds the championship up, and that's it. There's not too much to say that hasn't been said already about this match. It's going to be amazing. It's going to finish that story. Obafemi is most likely going to win, and Wesley is most likely going to go to the main roster and take the spot that Ricochet used to fill on the card. I'm excited for this match too. Another match is going to absolutely steal the show. But I do hope this means that Joe Coffey is now done and he can chase the NXT Championship after Heatwave. He needs a few victories before he can get there, but he's done amazing work, and I'd love to see Joe Coffey versus Trick Williams. Let's take a little detour. Backstage, Robert Stone and Stevie Turner are squabbling with each other about who has helped everybody most as her assistant. Now, they keep squabbling. Robert Stone says, "I've helped him more." Stevie Turner says, "I've helped him more." Both claiming the other has an ulterior motive. Both obviously have an ulterior motive. But Robert Stone says Stevie Turner couldn't beat him on her best day. This is probably not the case at all, but this could definitely be a really cool intergender match if it ever happened. Robert Stone is the perfect man to be in an intergender match. He has been in one on NXT before, so we all know it can work. Plus, this could really help Stevie Turner a lot. It could solidify her on the NXT roster. It is a very big moment and a very big spot to be put in if this happens. And we all know NXT is the best place to have this type of match. So, Carmen Petrovic is back and she faces Roxanne Perez in a non-title match. But I'm really glad. I thought she was going to be out for a while longer, but she's back so soon and I'm glad it didn't stop any of her momentum. But she did face Roxanne Perez and there was no way she was winning this match. And as you can guess, she didn't. Roxanne Perez won the match, but Lola Vice was on commentary. Before the match started, she came onto commentary. And after the match, after Roxanne won, she got back into the ring and the two had a stare-off. Roxanne Perez tried to attack her, but Lola Vice saw this coming this time. She reversed it and she laid out Roxanne Perez and walked away with the championship. And I'm so ready for this moment, right? I was hoping Roxanne Perez can actually get the run off a bit because it's been kind of stale for me so far. But I think it is time to give Lola Vice the belt. She just looks good with it. It looks so natural on it. And it is time to put the belt on Lola Vice. Now going backstage, she dropped the championship on Ava's desk, told her to give it to Roxanne, and give her a championship match at Heatwave. Later on, Roxanne Perez came to get the belt, and she accused Ava of setting this whole thing up. And in return, Ava decided, you know what? You will face Lola Vice at Heatwave one-on-one. Again, this is going to be a solid match. This is a feud that has been a long time in the making, ever since Lola Vice cashed in her breakout tournament contract. So I'm excited to see what happens, and let's just put the belt on Lola Vice and see what happens. Now, over the last few weeks, I haven't talked much about Charlie Dempsey and the No Quarter Catch crew, but I think it's time I give them a spotlight because the work they have been doing has been phenomenal. Now, ever since Charlie Dempsey lost the Heritage Cup Championship against Tony D'Angelo, he has tried to turning the No Quarter Catch crew into a mafia-like stable with him at the top, and it has been doing wonders for everyone involved. Charlie Dempsey has been really entertaining in this delusional position. Now, he's been trying to recruit Tavion Heights. Tavion Heights really badly wanted to join, but Charlie Dempsey is being very delusional, and he was saying, well, you play a hard bargain. You can defeat Damon Kemp, you can join us. And what did you guess what happened? Tavion Heights defeated Damon Kemp. I was under the assumption they would rather push Damon Kemp, but I think they're going a different route with this story. But Tavion Heights did really impress me in this match. Just in this one showing, I could already see he's going to be something big in NXT one day. He's very athletic, he's very strong. He just has that look of someone you want to push further. And I think this being in the stable, getting the spotlight is going to be phenomenal. Now, for what's going to happen with Damon Kemp, I do think he's going to eventually split off from this faction because clearly he doesn't mesh well with Charlie Dempsey anymore. And I think he can do a very good singles run because he has that potential. And we do need some more singles people in the roster. But we really need to rename them because No Quarter Catch Crew is a horrible name. Now in the main event of the show, we got Trick Williams versus Shawn Spears. Ethan Page was also on commentary. Earlier in the night, we had all of these men in a big segment. Ethan Page won a world title shot. Shawn Spears won a world title shot. They both ganged up on Trick Williams, but Javon came to save him. And this is where we are at now. This match was very back and forth. Trick got the upper hand sometimes, Shawn got the upper hand sometimes. But the match felt very predictable. The whole time, you didn't feel like Trick Williams could lose this match. But wouldn't you know it? During the match, they spilled to the outside. And Brooks Jensen, who's over the last few weeks been trying to get into the NXT arena as part of a storyline, obviously, he finally got close to the ring. And he accidentally hit Trick Williams with the top of the commentary table. This helped Shawn Spears get the victory. Yes, Shawn Spears pinned Trick Williams, the NXT champion. This made that after the match, Ava announced a Fatal 4-Way match at Heatwave. Javon Evans, Trick Williams, Shawn Spears, and Ethan Page. This is going to be a phenomenal match. A Fatal 4-Way match I'm really excited for. And this card is stacking up to be so good. And you always know the international crowds are amazing. So this pay-per-view, it's going to be an all-timer. Now, as I do on the end of each of these videos, I give the show ranking, and tonight's show was a 10 out of 10. It hit on all cylinders. Everything was good. The show was unpredictable, exciting matches. Just everything was good. There was nothing to complain about. This show was the perfect NXT show, and this goes to WWE in general. Over the last few weeks, everything has just been hitting, right? You had the off-season after WrestleMania where things started cooling down. Even on NXT, it started cooling down a lot. But it has all been picking up, especially in the last 2 weeks. I'm so excited for what's going to happen to NXT this summer, and we all need to keep watch on NXT.